What is this guy wearing?
This is an invisibility cloak, you know, like Harry Potter?
The silly dancing is not required with the invisibility cloak.
It's not required, but it's your chance.
Let's be honest, we all wanted to be superheroes growing up. Now you can. Today we're talking about DIY superpowers, things people make themselves that make them larger than life.
And this one was awesome. This is an invisibility cloak developed by a professor in Japan. It's just projecting onto the cloak what is behind the wearer of the cloak. You're just a big screen for a projector.
We need to get one of these in the office.
A superpower that I would really like to have is supervision.
Because you need to be supervised?
No.
You led me right into that one.
Super eyesight. You're gonna like this. He calls himself the Eyeborg.
Oh my God, it's so hard to look at.
In here is a battery, a camera, and a wireless transmitter. It's transmitting to this receiver.
The man behind the eye is Rob Spence, a Canadian documentary filmmaker. When he was a kid, he had an accident, damaged his eye. His eyesight deteriorated over time, and surgeons said, hey, we're gonna have to take your eye out. And he said, you know what, let's just pimp my eye.
The eye also tracks. It moves. You see blinking and glancing, which is a very actual human point of view.
You wouldn't have to take notes in class. You
No.
can just play it back later during the test.
Think about that.
What?
Yeah. He transmits to someone like in the hall, right? He has like an earwig in and he's just looking at the test and he just points like which
We've
answer.
got some ideas for you.
All you lazy college kids out there, pop your eye out, put one of these cameras in, have a homie that you
Sound
really
advice.
trust. How far would you go to upgrade your body with electronics? I think the most I would do is Google Glass.
Two dudes, two Tesla coils, electricity fight. That's all you need, I guess, for 5,164,000 views. So this is in Belfast, Northern Ireland at this awesome festival called the Ulster Bank Belfast Festival.
These guys are from a British art collective called the Arcadia Group.
They're wearing special suits. They have to be, right?
Yeah, they're called Faraday cages. So basically, they're going to channel electricity around these guys so that they don't themselves become conductors.
Right. Honestly, I'd be afraid that that tree was gonna catch on fire. I'd be afraid that the audience was all gonna get electrocuted. Whoa, who's this person walking below it?
He's not in a Faraday cage.
Get out of there! Ah! Definitely do not try this at home.
You want to see some badass Wolverine claws?
Do I ever?
Sink! Sink! There's nothing cooler than these. Oh,
Look
wait.
how sharp those
wait.
pencils are.
Hold on, this guy's video is better. These are made by Alan Kirby, and this has almost 1 million views.
He flexes his bicep and then the claws come out.
That's all it takes? What if someone scares him? Like, ah! This is a superpower that I want. I don't even know if it counts as a superpower, but it counts as super awesome.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, I know.
I've been surfing, I've been snorkeling, but I have never been flyboarding. And if you want to be a superhero, all you gotta do is strap this thing on. This is flyboard show performer Stefan Preas. A flyboard's a type of water jetpack and it's attached to this personal watercraft and it supplies propulsion to drive the flyboard up through the air, and there's a woman in a bikini.
It's like what the Silver Surfer does. This guy is just sort of soaring through the air on a board. If I were to do this, I would need to be wearing like a life jacket and then also floaties.
Floaties will just explode when you slam into the water.
Do you ever wish you could fly?
Every day of my life, actually.
This guy has declared himself the Jetman. This is his flight over Mount Fuji.
Jetman better bring it.
Just before the jump, you know you have always a doubt. That's a kind of a moment you have to let go. And you fly.
These are goosebumps.
His name is Yves Rossi. He's a Swiss International Airlines pilot. It's a 4-engine jetpack, and it only weighs 121 pounds, but it can go up to 125 miles per hour.
My car doesn't even go that fast.
Cannot take off or land, which is why he jumps out of a helicopter and then he lands with a parachute. You should definitely subscribe to see all of his different flights and see where he's gonna go next. I can't think of anything else that I would rather be able to do than fly. What do you think? Is the power of flight the best superpower?
Alex, we're about to take your pyro hobbies from here to here.
Okay.
That seems so dangerous.
Prometheus is a device to emulate the power of the X-Men character Pyro, who can manipulate fire emanating from his hands.
This actually took 8 months to make, created as part of an X-Men Pyro costume. Won a Halloween contest, because who can honestly beat this?
Because they were afraid of him. You don't like my costume?
Servo-controlled valve, which is on top of this tank of a butane and propane mixture. It uses an arc generator to generate a spark.
What are the practical uses for this?
You could set a romantic mood anywhere.
You could also set that person on fire.
This video now has over 600,000 views.
600,000 is not enough for this. You make a fire hand. What is wrong with you people?
Ernest, I gotta tell you, man, this episode has kind of made me bummed out that I'm not actually a superhero, but it's given me hope that I can be one day.
You can make your own superpower.
My favorite was the flyboard. What was yours? Did we leave anything out? Is there one that you would do out of this episode in particular that was your favorite? Let us know in the comments.
You can watch all of these videos in their entirety in the playlist after the show.
Now play us out, Skrillex!